Hi, this is my brown bag assessment for my final reflection. These are 5 to 10 items that represent me as an educator, what matters to me, and what will become a part of my classroom, as well as what I've learned about student engagement. So, the first thing that represents me as an educator is growth mindset. This represents me as an educator because I make it a point, or at least I try to make it a point in the classroom to make sure that the students as well as myself are engaging in a growth mindset and not staying in a fixed mindset. So, what I mean by that is that I feel like I grew up having a fixed mindset about math. And so, because of that, I really want students to make sure that they have a growth mindset about math. So, if they're not able to multiply fractions, I don't want them to think I'm never going to be able to multiply fractions. I want them to think, okay, I don't understand how to multiply fractions, but what can I do to make sure that I do understand? Things like that. Like, okay, I failed at something, but what can I do to be better next time instead of just staying in that fixed mindset? The second thing that represents me as an educator is making sure that I'm building relationships. This represents me as an educator because I believe building relationships and building rapport with students is really essential to maintaining a good classroom environment. And what I mean by that is because I was in a fifth grade classroom, that making sure that those relationships are built is important, but also making sure that you maintain that you are an authoritative figure. So I think kids respect you more when you respect them as well, the same as you would respect an adult. So if I treat students with the same respect I want to be treated with, I feel like that builds a relationship, and that's better for maintaining a good classroom management and classroom environment, while also staying consistent with classroom management. The third thing that represents me as an educator is communication. This represents me as an educator because having solid communication with my peers that I have been working with, like other interns I've been working with, other teachers in the fifth grade level I've been working with, that was very, very helpful for me throughout my internship because I was able to work with them, and we were able to combine some work for lessons and share slides with each other and discuss different strategies. And that actually took a lot of workload off of me because I felt like I didn't have to do every single little thing for every subject. If we divvied up the work and communicated, that made it a lot easier. So communication is something that's very important to me. The fourth thing that matters to me is the students. This matters to me because, I mean, they're basically what I'm doing this for. They make my days better and they validate why I chose the field of education. And overall, the students have been the best part of my internship. The fifth thing that matters to me is the content, especially fifth grade content, because that's when it gets a little more complicated for me personally, just compared to the content of other grade levels. This matters to me because throughout my internship, I really made sure I created my own slides for math, for example, because through creating my own slides for math, it helped me study the content and understand the content better. And in turn, it helped me teach it better. It's also going to understand, or it's also going to help me to understand how to differentiate content for different students. So, for example, like the wit and wisdom content, through making my own slides and learning the content, I was able to add sentence starters for writing assignments or things like that to help differentiate. The sixth thing I want to become part of my classroom are morning meetings. I specifically want this because I think it's going to allow students the chance to have discussions before school starts about maybe how they're feeling, how they're doing, things they may want to discuss. that may be about school or may not be about school. I just feel like that's a good opportunity for just to have a brief discussion before we start our day off. The seventh thing that is going to help me with student engagement is going to be personalizing the content and having more hands-on activities. So what I mean by that is, for Wit and Wisdom, I didn't use the slides that are already given to me. I made my own slides, again, because I feel like that helped me learn the content better, but also because I'm able to personalize it a bit more and add things like my Bitmoji. Like, the students loved my Bitmoji in different areas and different spaces on the slides. And I feel like personalizing the content is really going to help with student engagement, because students can relate to the content more on a personal level. Like, when we were doing wordplay and I was giving examples and I was creating examples, I was able to create an example through soccer, because I knew that a lot of the boys loved playing soccer. They loved Messi, Ronaldo, all those players. So just things like that I think helps with engagement. Also, having hands-on activities, especially for science. Having hands-on activities for science, I think, was a lot more fun for them compared to just writing notes. And I think that also helps a lot with student engagement. So these are all the things that represented me as an educator. I'm sure that there are more that I forgot to include in there. But yeah, thank you.